Hi, this is John Goyak, CEO at the Goyak Group and the Game Changer at ReframeYourGame.com. Yeah, I've decided to launch a series of these videos on leadership and what that means in context of where we are today, where our market is today, where our clients are today, where our customers are today, and where our heads are today. And that latter is the last one is probably the most important. Because I think many of us, in talking with so many people, have talked ourselves into we're just going to survive, we're going to hang on, and when the administration comes in, dude, that's not the way you play. I'll sharpen my knife next week. No, you sharpen your knife every day, and you go for it. So, what we talked about today is a really important topic, which is attitude. And I got to tell you, I used to do when I was doing training with huge teams. I just asked him. I said, "What were you thinking about when you drove into work this morning?" And after the silence and the embarrassment and all that sort of stuff, there wasn't much going on in their heads. So let me ask you a question: if you were running an elite team, you can use SEALs if you like, or Delta, or whomever you want as a model. If you're an elite team, what are you thinking about when you get up? SEALs breathe SEAL. Delta breathes Delta. Do you breathe your company? Do you know for a fact that your mission is just absolutely the first thing, the only thing, untradeable, non-negotiable that you're going to do this day? And I tell you, it's a shame. I mean, we've been through so many just huge fluctuations in budgets and goofiness and stupidity and all that sort of stuff. And you can point fingers and say, God, I just got screwed, man. This administration sucks, man. I follow the same thing myself. Our pipeline went from this to this. You say, okay, it went from a pipeline to a straw. So the question you have to ask yourself is, all that shit's irrelevant, man. It's how you show up. It's what your attitude is. I've got a client who says, we're we can't afford to lose this job, but we're the axiomatic winner. That's called a sniper's target. Those are people who are just going to get picked off in the head. Those are people who are not preparing for the mission. What is the mission that these people need to have? What is the mission that your team needs to have? And by the way, you can have the greatest clarity of mission in the world. Why I'm here, why I'm doing this. I've got this great program, on and on and on and on. And you know what? If your team doesn't, and there's nobody in your team who can step up and take leadership in what they're doing and what you're doing and what the mission is, and they don't understand it, they're just doing their job, punching a time card or whatever the hell they're doing, you don't have a team. And by the way, you will not survive. That's a fact. So I'm here to tell you that you need to rethink. I would ask you to consider rethinking your game. Reframing your game is about changing your skill sets, your attitude, your sensory acuity, and everything to get ahead of the curve instead of reacting to the curve. I mean, we're sitting here, we got Putin going into Syria, we got Putin in the Ukraine, and we got our administration going, but he means well, or whatever the hell they're saying. Dudes, what is the mission? What is the outcome that we need for our country? Is anybody thinking about that, or are they sitting there trying to work the politics? Because I got to tell you, I've worked for hundreds of companies, and you can tell the people who work the politics and how they play, and the people with the missions and how they succeed. There's a huge difference. So my point to you is manifold. Number one is that mission is everything. I don't care what your job description is. I don't care what you make. I don't care where your office is, or if you got 10 guys crammed up with you in an office like some sort of a cheap hotel in Southeast Asia. It doesn't matter. The point is you're responsible and you're accountable. Those two things are what you're about. Otherwise, you're just getting a paycheck. Do you just want to get a paycheck? If you just want to get a paycheck, then I would suggest that you go down and file for unemployment, because that's what that's about, and a free Obama phone and all the other crap that they do. But leaders, warriors, killers, game changers are about changing the friggin' game. They stay poised, they stay focused, they stay on it. And that's what we do as leaders, as businessmen, as entrepreneurs, internal, external, it doesn't matter. We take every moment as a learning opportunity. We take every moment as a chance to teach, coach, train, and learn. And if we don't do that, you're missing the bet. Why are you living? I mean, for the barbecue on Saturday, really? You know, I'm sure some people do that, but why are you here? What's written on your tombstone, dude? If that's the way you're living, hey, he had great barbecues. That's not what it's about. So my challenge to myself every day and to you is think about wherever you are, you're a leader. Wherever you are, you have accountability. Wherever you are, you support the mission. Do you know what that mission is? Can you write it down? Specifically, how do we know we won? Specifically, what are the metrics of how we won? And then do it. So back up. Nobody goes into to a NFL game saying, well, let's kind of go ahead and figure it out and I'll throw a bunch of passes to Jack. They go with a game plan. They know exactly what they're going to do, play by play. If this happens, we're going to do this. If that happens, we're going to do this. So what if you got up in the morning and maybe half an hour earlier, 15 minutes maybe, you said, okay, here's the 3 things I'm going to do today, and these are the most critical things I'm going to do today because I know what my mission is. And by the way, at that point in time, I don't care whether you hate your boss, love your boss, whatever. All this other political bullshit is bullshit. It's about you and how you show up because you know what? Your boss gets hit by a bus today, on the way into work. What are you going to do now? So it's about how you rule, tool, and arm yourself to be successful. To be a successful leader, a successful warrior, a successful, supporter. Because there's leadership, and then there's also servant leadership, and you have to be able to do it all. And we've forgotten about that, man. We just have. I'm talking to so many people, and they say, "This is what I do." I had a guy who told me, "Well, I'm the proposal manager, and they should respect me." I said, "Jimmy, you earn your way onto the job every day." As Commander Devine and so many SEALs have said, you earn your trident every day. That's the game that we really play. And when you do that day after day after day, you start to create space between the guys who are just there playing and the guys who friggin' take the hill, complete the mission, and succeed. So this is kind of a rambling one today, but I'm going to tell you this is kind of framing the whole new thought process of moving forward and reframe your game. Because I've talked to people, I've coached people, and they've called and they said, well, my boss hates me, and it's blah, 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 and I can't get money out of him. That's all negative bullshit. That's all, I can't. And if you've watched any of my videos, stomping out cancer, CAN'T SWER is my life's goal, my mission, whatever. Because I'm tired of hearing what I can't do. If somebody says, you can't win this job, I say, screw that, dude. Let's pull out the stops. What are we going to do? Wow, those guys can't do that. Really? Really, they cannot do that? Seriously? Wow. Well, what if they could? What if they did? Where would that leave you? And if you knew they could do that, how might you change? Because the world's a dynamic place, guys. It's not the old school way of looking at things. When I worked for my first major corporation, they gave me a set of procedures that was probably 4 feet high. Said, read these and you'll know how we play. I didn't read a single page. I didn't give a shit. I said, throw me in, coach, and I'll go run the ball. So that's not exactly the right answer either, but the point is that's a better answer than sitting there and reading for 4 months before you figure out what you can't do or don't know or don't remember. So really strongly encourage you. We are in a very vibrant time, a very dynamic time, a very challenging time. There are guys who want to kill us. There are people who want to bomb us. There are people who want to do all sorts of things, okay? And we're not making tremendously good decisions in DC these days. So own your space. Own your space. Be responsible, accountable for it, and do the absolute best you can. Because if enough guys do that, people, men and women, you start to rebuild the framework of your organization, your company, and eventually your company and your country. Because we've kind of lost the bubble, man. We're all sitting there going, "Oh God, hit me this! Oh God, they hit me in the fucking kidney. They hit me in the shut up! They cut my budget. They did all sorts of stuff. I can't do anything anymore. Figure it out." The guys who came here on the Pinta and the Pilgrims up at Plymouth Rock or whatever, I mean, dude, those guys had the worst transit in the friggin' world. And they got in and they said, okay, I'm in. Let's do this. So reconnect with why we're here. Find your purpose. Find your mission. Take some time and just think about it. Turn off the iPhone, the iPod, the iPad, the computers, and all that crap, and really say, why am I here, man? What am I doing? How do I lead these people? What is my job? What is my mission? And how would I lead these people? And more importantly, how would I serve the people who work for me to make them heroes? Because you know what? When everybody on the team is a hero, the team is a hero. And I think that's our job. I think that's why we were put here. Because if it's about, I got the biggest car, the biggest house, barbecues out on the island or whatever, bullshit, that's not, who cares? You might as well just kind of roll over and play dead. Because we have game. We've been given a game. God has given us light, a spirit, an inspiration, and a passion to go change this world. We didn't screw it up. We probably have screwed it up a lot, but our job is to make it better. So what did you do today to contribute to that in your organization, in your company, in your family? Because all this is not about business. Because if your family's not working, how well are you performing in your business? If you're totally busted up or overweight and diabetes and blood pressure issues and all that sort of stuff in your body, how well can you do business? I'm not beating on people. I'm just saying, wouldn't you be more effective? There's a reason that a 350-pound guy in the NFL is not diabetic and they're threatening to amputate his ankles and got him all this sort of stuff. He's there because he trained to be there. And every day, Sunday, Monday, Thursday, how many days we play anymore, every day he goes out, he's there to play. Full out. And I don't care what he's getting paid. He's doing it because he loves it. So my question is, do you love what you do? If you don't love what you do, how could you love what you do? Maybe if you defined it as a mission instead of a job, as a passion instead of a passing fancy, as a purpose instead of a position, you might think about things a little differently. And by the way, isn't that all it's about? I mean, there's this electricity running in your head, right? That's what the brain's about. So it's about how you rewire that to change your game. So with that, rambled on, it's okay. John Goyak, game changer at Reframe Your Game and CEO of the Goyak Group. Just trying to help my team, my buds, my bros, and the community step up and weather the game here. So, passion, purpose, power, possibility, and results. Let's go get our results, guys, and let's rethink our game and reframe it. All right, God bless. See ya. Bye.